the growth blueprint. So I talk about mapping out existing capabilities and identifying the gaps, developing specific training plans. Don't just hope people will learn, plan for it. And so when I wrote that, I actually was thinking about the whole football thing. Because I remember it was actually on a podcast when you had mentioned, I think it was Cultivate Influence, you had mentioned watching other teams film. And so I was like, and so I think of John Wooden, famous basketball coach, UCLA. Excuse me. And he would watch and look for those gaps. He would look for like where is it, and he would either shore it up and fix that person and how they were operating, or he would say, okay, you don't do that. You can't do it good enough, so you don't do that. You do this over here. You're good at this.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that we could do in our Sunday school, and we try to do it some, but is identify the gaps where instead of trying to force some, I mean, there's a balance, right? We want to train people that are not good enough yet, you know, and then, but if it gets to where it's like, okay, well, this is not for them. They just are not going to do this well. It's kind of like, I guess what's the ROI? Return on investment.
Return on investment.
And so if somebody, I had a friend that, so pastor is, I think it was him that told me one time that just about anybody can learn to sing. And so the general consensus is like that you have to be talented or whatever. And so it doesn't mean you can sing good, but just about anybody can learn to sing a little bit with enough coaching and enough, training. Well, I had a friend that he wanted to sing, he wanted to learn, and he took that to heart, but he just, oh man, it was just not good.
Right.
And so
I'm in that spot. Because, someday I want to sing both parts in There Is a Light.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. For those that don't know, Steve speaks in that with you've been blessed with a deep voice, and then the singing part is quite high.
Yeah.
It's a male singing part, quite high. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so he, but he had many other talents and proclivities. He was good at other things. And so I think that's where, if we can identify some of those gaps, map those capabilities, and say, okay, as I like to talk about looking at things objectively. So as looking at it objectively as the team and the Sunday school, making this Sunday school the best that it can be, where's the best spot for you to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Like maybe you really do want to sing, and we'll try to get you, there and let you do something you want to do, but you're really good at, running the AV. And if that's the case, then let's maximize that.
Sure.
And so, and I think that's done in sports teams too, right?
Yeah. And the other piece to that is schooling our talent not to get their feelings hurt when a hard word comes.
Yes.
And that's a maturity level. But yeah, I learned some hard lessons in sports, just about that. Even in the workplace. If your boss comes and says, "Hey, Gabe, you're not doing this quite as good as what we need."
Yeah.
We have to be mature as men and leaders in whatever fashion that we are to say, "Okay, I'm going to fix it," or give me the tools to fix it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it is, nobody likes to hear that. And it is easy to get bent out of shape or whatever. And so we need to, have the maturity to be able to take the instruction. A lot of times when something like that happens, when somebody says, let's just use singing again. When somebody says, hey, we're getting ready to have a bunch of practices with singing and stuff for our Christmas thing. When somebody's like, hey, you went off key right there. Well, a lot of times I think what happens when we're not mature enough to take that is we take that as an attack on character instead of an attack on the quality so that you can be better. We take it as, you're attacking me, my character. And it's like, no, it's not attacking you. I'm telling you, you went off key so that you can be better.
Yes.
And so it's like telling somebody they have bad breath,
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to tell me if I have bad breath so I can go take care of it. I can get up in a minute, and do something about it.